Okay, so the first thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is go ahead and in your downloads folder, you may want to right click and create a new folder and call it Robotics. Okay, and then if you go into your Google Classroom, okay, let me just bring this in. Okay, if you go into your Google Classroom, there's the images.zip file. Right click, open in new tab. Okay, so there you have this. And what you'll do is you'll eventually click on the download icon right over here. Okay, and once you've downloaded that, you'll notice that the images zip is right there. So if you're using Safari, it's probably already in a folder, but you'll go ahead and drag the zip file, okay, or the folder file into Robotics. Now, if for using a Chrome, I'm going to have to double click, and there's my folder. Okay, so I can go ahead and move that to trash. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this thing. So we got the robotics folder, we got our images. Now let's go ahead and basically we'll create a new, we'll try to create a brand new file right here. So I realize now I pretty much, well, I'll go ahead and tell you exactly what it shows up here. So let's go ahead and create new. Okay, again, the new document is going to be called robotics. Alright, and then just press create, and there we have it. Okay, cool. So this is, you'll notice the code is over here, the upper part is over here. I need to shrink this thing a little bit, so let me go ahead and do that. Alright, so hopefully you'll be able to see this. There we go. And I hate to say to you, but Dreamweaver, all these, you can't see it, unfortunately. But I'll tell you what it is, okay, when I verbalize it, okay. So what I need you to do now is go into Files, or go into, let's do this. Go to File, okay, File. So there's Dreamweaver, okay. You see About, then go to File, and then Save As, okay. And so then once we save as, let's find that folder we just created, which is under Downloads Robotics, and let's change this to index.html. Alright, and let's go ahead and press save, and then we're going to go into manage. So under files, you'll see you go to manage sites, okay, and then we can leave all this, add new site, and then let's call this robotics, and let's locate the folder where we want to point it to, choose, okay, and then let's go ahead and press save. And there we have it, and we are done. Okay, so now over here you'll notice that the index file is right there. And of course our images folders are right there as well. So everything's set for us. First thing I'd like you to do is click on the, let's see, let's do this. Let's go ahead and click on the banner and move it across over here. Okay, so let's just move that into, if we can. So named the launch. Sorry, I'm having a little technical difficulty here, so I was thinking that maybe, let's do this. Let's go Insert, Image, and let's do this the long way. So there it is right there. So there we have it. Not sure why it's not showing up. Let's do this file, save as, or save all. Oh, this is because we have to be on design mode. So there it is right there. So make sure you're on design mode. All right, make sure, now you'll notice that the cursor here is on the far right. You see this thing's blinking here? So let's go ahead and skip a few lines, okay, and you'll see that the paragraphs are forming right down here. All right, so that means that there's a space here, okay, so if you notice all that stuff, okay? All right, with that being said, we basically will go into the robotics wiki page. See if we can go there. I'll just use a different browser. There it is. So we'll go into Wikipedia and then type in robotics. Okay, here we go. And then we'll go ahead and click on this right here. So here are the three images, or three paragraphs. So I'm going to go and copy this, I believe. Yep, okay, so I'm going to copy this. So right click, copy, right click, copy, there it is, and then go back into Dreamweaver. If I can, there we go. And now at this point where it is, I'm going to go ahead and edit, paste. Okay, so edit, paste, and paste special. Then I'm going to choose text only. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the next line over, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other paragraph. So I'll go here, copy this, right click, copy. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and right click, paste. There we go, and then do the next one right over here and paste. Okay, there we go. Now, unfortunately, a lot of these things, let me do that again really quickly. So let me go ahead and do the second one. Again, I'm trying to, okay, so edit, paste, special. That's what I should have done, text only. There we go, because I saw in the previous paste that I carried over some of the links. So edit, paste, special. Okay, text only, there we go. All right, cool. So we can get rid of stuff like these things in the bracket if we can find it. It's not important that you do it now, but if you just happen to see them, go ahead and remove them. Alright, so then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of like work a little CSS magic on this thing. And you can pretty much do however you want. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight this right here, this first paragraph. And or maybe I'll highlight everything, but for the most part, let's do the first one. And then I'm going to go to CSS Designer. Now the next thing I got to do is I got to add a source, okay? CSS source right here. Okay, so you see that CSS source. I'm going to go ahead and click on Add and create a new CSS file. And then I'm going to call it styles.css and just press OK. There we go. All right, and that's all that she wrote. And if you look at the Finder, and if you go there, there it is right there. So there's your image index, there's your images, there's your styles. All right, and then after that, basically what we'll do is we will highlight, we'll go down to the code, and the first code is where robotics is, okay? And so, and by the way, once again, you want to save all. So File, Save All, okay? And then I would definitely recommend opening this in a browser. So open with Safari is okay. So there's Safari. There's what we have so far. Again, sorry that the top part is cut off, but here, this is what we got to work with. All right, so there we have it. So what I want to do is I want to move everything over about 36, maybe about 30, a little bit of, add a little space here. All right, so let's do that. Let's go into Dreamweaver. And then what we'll do is, like I said, put a space right here. Okay. And then what you'll do is class, and then what I normally do is I call it paragraph1_home. That's it. And so then I'll go ahead and highlight this, copy it. I'll go into CSS style. Then I'm going to click on the plus sign selector, and there you see it'll say .pss home. And at that point, I can just click on properties. Okay, I can click here, and then all these properties will show up, and I can remove this guy right here. All right, and then here I can put, let's see, I can go to margin and move it out. Okay, so if you can see right there, 30, you can see that moves over there. Then I can also come up with, if I click on properties again, okay, I can decide on the font that I want. So font family, I'm going to choose, let's just choose Verdana. And maybe for this specific word, robotics, okay, I'll just basically refer to the window. Up here it'll say window and then properties. There it is right there. And looking for properties, I think I know where it's at, so I have to bring this down. Nope, it's not there. That's interesting. So I'm looking for the properties thing. Let's see if I can find it. Windows, it's kind of... Okay, let me pause the video. Okay, found it. So I highlight the word robotics right here, and then this time I'm going to kind of handle that all by itself. So I'm going to go to CSS, give it a little bit of a, kind of give it a little bit of a color. Let's give it a blue. Okay, there it is. Now it's turned blue, and then maybe I can actually increase the size. Let's go to maybe 18. Important word. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring back the properties outside here. All right, that's pretty cool there. There you see. So all this is going to be moved up. Now the cool thing about this is that I can actually copy the class right here. See, and I can actually go to right here. I can actually do the same thing here. And look at that. So I do this here, okay, and I can actually do the same thing here. Beautiful. Alrighty. And with this image right here, I can actually create, okay, let's go ahead and give it an alt tag right here. You notice you have to have an alt tag, so you can type in top banner. But right next to it, okay, is you can go ahead and add class equals home banner. Okay, let's do that. Let's highlight that. Okay, and press on styles, and then press on selector. There's home banner. And the only thing I want to do with this banner is the layout. Okay, let's go and click here, layout, if at all possible. Alright, so here we have, and then what we'll do is we will put margin at 30, just like we do with the paragraph, so it's aligned with the paragraph. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and file save all, and if you look at the website right here, here it is right here, I'm going to refresh, and you'll notice everything is lined up beautifully. Alright, and at this point what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and add an image. Alright, so somewhere over here I'm just going to click, okay, and I'm going to click on insert, and then I'm going to select image here. Alright, and then which one I want to choose. I'll choose this one, open, and as you can see it's kind of big, so should have kind of shrunk it a little bit, but we'll shrink it now. Alright, and unfortunately the only way we can make this work is if somehow we have to go in here and code it. So I will click on the image. There you notice on the code it's highlighted, and I'm going to go ahead and type in align equals left. So I'm not sure why they don't allow you to do that, but there it is right there. And I'm going to copy this robotics here, and I'm going to paste it here. There it is. Certain robots, I guess. At any rate, you can let's go ahead and type in robots. There it is. Okay. Alright, and so now you notice that there's a lot of, there's not much, there's too much, say it's the words and the text and the words are too much into each other. So we're going to go ahead and change that, and pretty much we'll call it at this point. So we'll call this, okay, so this image right here, we'll call this class equals home image 1. Okay, that's it. Alright, we'll do that. Copy it. We'll go into CS Designer, do this, click on click on selector right here. There it is right there. Now if you get this craziness over here, you just need the home image, okay, the dot home image. Okay, that's all you really need. And the only thing I really want this to do is add a little bit of margin, so maybe about 10 pixels. Okay, let me do a little better job there. So click here. So I want to do the home image, and with home image I chose 10 pixels. So sorry, I'm going to put this back to 0. I meant 10 pixels on this end right here. Okay, so now I got a little space over here. And the last thing I'll show you is basically put an image in here. So I'm going to insert image. Alrighty, and then I got to get going. There it goes. Computer's a little slow, so I'll put a robot leg this time. And this again, we are going to click here. Okay, so the robot leg should actually go right next to the word certain. But this time I'm going to shrink this again. Alright, but I want it to appear on this end. So what I'm going to do is click on it, and then there you see image source, and then what I will do is align equals, this time align will equal right. Okay, there you have it. That's how I want it to appear. Looks pretty cool, and there you have it. Okay, so that is the beginning. This is where we'll leave off, and I will go ahead and one thing I do want to add is the background. So let me go ahead into page properties, and let's go to CSS. What we can do is click on browse for a background image, and I believe that's not it, although that's pretty cool. Side, so maybe that was it. So I'll click open, repeat, no repeat. Okay, press OK. Alright, and we'll keep working on this. There it is right there. I'm going to go ahead and file save. Alright, and then if I refresh over here, there you see right there. Okay, everything is pretty cool, but I gotta keep working on this because this is too wide. Alright, and then at this point right now, if you'll notice the paragraph P1 home, okay, it's always a work in progress. I'll go to P1 home, and then one of the properties is the width. So maybe in pixels, I'll type in width equals, like, say 800. Okay, let's see what that. See, now everything shrunk. See how everything kind of shrinks a little bit? So let's go ahead and save all, and let's see what it looks like here. Much better. So now we got this whole open space over here, and that's where we'll stop.